Yes, people, welcome back to NAF. Welcome back to the channel. Anyways, make sure you like and subscribe. We've got me and Daps talking about the weekend previews pretty much. You got Arsenal versus Chelsea on the last game on a Sunday, but the first one up of the main three is actually Man City versus Brighton on a 5:30 on a Saturday. So we might have a little bit of a meltdown early. Who knows? And then Liverpool just afterwards, just to apply a little bit of pressures for the Sunday game anyways. Or it might be a knock-on effect for them. But you know, might as well start with the main game, guys. Just make sure you like. It's important.
Which is the main game?
This is see. They're all main games.
They
all
are.
main games.
They are.
And if you see, I'm smiling. I'm grinning, even though it's got nothing to do with my club. It's just.
When do you play Leicester? Just so I know.
Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's on a Sunday.
Okay, cool. So that could.
That would be like the first game.
Where is it? At home for you lot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all right.
Everyone that subscribes to Never a Foul already knows when it comes to football predictions, I am rarely wrong and the very best, especially when it comes to new players and players that are going to make it at certain clubs. So when Mick Herrera reached out to me and asked, with all this football expertise and knowledge, why do you not cash in on it? And it got me asking how. And this is when they introduced to me Mick Herrera. Mick Herrera is a game changer. You can invest in players just like stocks, but the best thing about it is testing around your football knowledge of whom is actually going to make it. So for example, Kobbie Mainoo of Manchester United Football Club, if you feel like he's going to be the next big thing, then you can go and invest in him and potentially watch his stocks grow. You can buy and sell safely and securely 100% guarantee on their platform just like that. Prices will rise and fall depending on the market demand for these players, so just make sure you go and check Mick Herrera out. You will notice some of your favourite players or certain players are not on the market just yet, but don't you worry, there is a voting system which you can vote for to get these players on the market just like William Saliba. So go sign up to Mick Herrera right now. It's completely free to do so. If you want to find out where it is, you can go in the description, click the link, or even better, you can go and scan the QR code. So what are you guys waiting for? Go and make some money based off your football knowledge at mickherrera.com.
No, so starting with the City game, it's a hard game, man.
But you lost against Sporting.
Where are Liverpool playing Villa?
At Anfield.
At Anfield, right, yeah. So as I thought. So us and Arsenal both have fucking hard games this weekend.
Absolutely.
Like two games that when you want to pick up your form, you don't really want. I'm not confident going into the Brighton game. To be honest with you, I wasn't confident going into the Brighton game before the Sporting game.
No, you actually know you're right.
No, I wasn't, because it's an away game. I always say away games.
You've been like this since the Bournemouth away game.
I'm always away games. All away games are difficult. When it gets to the back end of the season, games like this I will look at and go, it's difficult, but we should get it done. But at the start of the season for us, all away games, none of them are guaranteed 3 points. But now with all the narratives around City, it's one that everyone's got their eyes on, because look,
Absolutely.
if we lose this game, Liverpool will go and Liverpool beat Villa, which I expect them to do at Anfield. Tough game. Villa, obviously.
You never know what Villa's going to pop up in it.
But it will put Liverpool 5 points clear of us. And for me, it's kind of one of them ones where going into January, we must be within 6 points of Liverpool.
Yeah. You know what, though? Let's go through your team for a sec. Is there anyone that is back?
I don't know. We won't know till tomorrow morning, probably. De Bruyne got some minutes the other day.
Is it tomorrow? This is getting recorded on the Thursday.
Yeah, so today the team news will be out. De Bruyne came on for 5 minutes the other day. So I don't necessarily expect De Bruyne to start, but we know that De Bruyne will be able to get, I would say, at very least a half out of him.
Yeah.
That's important. That is important. I mean, at this point, though, I think De Bruyne's important, and his importance becomes more relevant when Haaland is cooking, right? And at the moment, Haaland's body language, maybe Haaland's fatigue, maybe his fitness doesn't look great. In the Bournemouth game, he picked up a few knocks. I don't know if that's relevant to his performance against Sporting, but he was one of the players that, for me, I would single out. And you never want to single out someone that's done so much for your club, but if we're going to talk about how much we leak goals, yeah.
Transition is your kryptonite at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is it?
I would say so.
Right. Can you get up a stat quickly? How many chances did we create? How many chances did Sporting create? Right? Because the problem is, it's all well and good us looking at the defence or looking at the midfield, and I do hear it. Defence has been bad, midfield has not been great. But the difference is, start the season when Haaland's banging goals, it don't matter. When all of a sudden it gets to a point where up top we're missing chances, right?
Oh yeah, you're missing
because
chances, yeah.
if we would have, at 1-0 up, we were in cruise control. One of our better performances this season, right? If Haaland would have took the chances he had and one or two other players, but predominantly Haaland, and we made that 2-0 or 3-0,
Yeah.
none of what happened in the second half
it wouldn't happen,
would have
yeah.
happened, right?
That's one of your better performances that we've seen in a while. To be fair.
And I said when we were 1-0 up, I was saying on the watch-along, if we don't get a second, the other team gets confident, and then that's what happens.
But what I say about transition is, if we go back, you know, Arsenal hit you on the transition for one of their goals.
Oh, but
I'm saying
but
Bournemouth.
bro,
hit
that's
you in
not that's not even a this season thing. That's a Pep.
No. But what I'm saying,
it's always been the
what
thing
I'm
with
saying
us.
is, like, when it comes to your midfield getting back or just being in the right position, obviously we can talk about this over and over again.
Yeah, it's not.
but
I hear it.
sometimes it's like, when there's an overcommitment for City, it's like, who's going to be the one to step up and say, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to, what would you call it, marshal that area.
And maybe
And this is why I
that's
look at the Brighton game and I'm thinking, there's something that they do very good that we saw against Liverpool, is their quick way of beating a press and quick transitioning down the
do you know
flanks.
where I think, and this
Dingra,
is
the rest
probably,
of the
do you know
Matoma.
what? If we've noticed this is probably something Pep's noticed, right? That what's probably happening when you think, because City have always been one of the main ways to get at City is in transition, quick counters, and
Like anyone.
But if you have a Rodri there, right, then Rodri's doing that role. He's maybe stopping the counters, but also there's certain other players that are in certain positions. Because Rodri is not there, we've got Rico inverting, we've got Vardy playing more advanced, we've sometimes got Diaz or Stones, although over recent games it hasn't been Diaz's Stones, maybe it was a Kanji, but we've got other players playing in a slightly more advanced role because Rodri is not there. So then when we are being hit in transitions, we have even less players.
Do you know
at
what
back.
the difference is as well, where you're missing Rodri? It's the same thing with Ødegaard for Arsenal. Is one thing that all these players, they're great on the ball and they can move the ball up the pitch. They're phenomenal technically. Is playing the game at how they want. So they can dictate how they want the game to go, the pace. So everything recycles and goes back through Ødegaard.
I think,
he's their playmaker, but the Rodri's the centerpiece. Even though it goes further forward sometimes. Don't get me wrong.
This is a thing that often, if you look at the Liverpool season when they, after winning the league, they dropped off. People always try to pinpoint it, put it on one thing. I think there's probably a number of things. I think also the fact that we speak on Grealish and people will knock the Grealish haters will always talk about how he's not he's not. What's the word I'm looking
prolific.
for? No, I'm not even prolific, but he doesn't drive at defenders so much, right?
No,
he doesn't try and hit the byline. But the one thing, and then people like me that appreciate what Grealish does, one is he draws players out of position, which allows more space for other people, i.e. Haaland, to operate.
Yeah, of course.
Secondly, he doesn't lose the ball, right? He's risk averse, right? He doesn't lose the ball. Now, when you lose the ball and you have a lot of people up the pitch, you are liable to be hit on the counter in transitions. Yeah. And that's where I think there's other things like Savio at the moment, the fact that Savio's been great.
You said it before.
He's chasing the goal.
By the way. He's chasing the goal.
Chasing the goal,
against Sporting, innit?
And at the start of the season, one of the things that I really like to say Savio over Doku is, whereas Doku is someone that he's going to hit the line, he's going to beat the player, and he's going to either try and put a cross in or he's going to shoot. And when you do either of those two things, you're at risk of losing the ball.
Absolutely.
The difference with Savio at the start of the season was, and from the first game, if it wasn't clear cut that he's going to put someone through, he was passing the ball back. Yeah. Retention, right? What's happened with Savio, every game he doesn't get a goal, he's chasing a goal now. So now all of a sudden, he's not thinking, you know what, I must keep the ball. He's thinking, I need a fucking goal, right?
Yeah.
And then he's shooting and it's being blocked, they're countering. So there's a lot of different things. Of course, there's the form. I think Kovacic looks tired. I don't think we're going to have Diaz back. I hope Stones is back at the weekend. Walker, look, we talk about being hit on counters. The one thing we've always had is Walker being able to save us. But with Walker being cold,
Do you know what it
His
is?
pace
Bro?
doesn't seem there. It's
You lot look old, slightly.
yeah.
Yeah, you look old.
Well, if you look at, I think there was one game we played, right, and our midfielder was Kovacic, Gundogan,
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva,
Yeah.
and De Bruyne, right?
That's a good 2 years ago now. Difference, isn't it?
Bro, like
Now
De
they're all
Bruyne
hitting their 30s.
hitting their 30s. De Bruyne's
In their
33, Gundo's I think 34. We have, bro, we're aging. And it's great that you can look at Savio, he's 20, you can look at Foden, he's
Doku.
23, you can look at the younger ones, but what you're looking at is probably the experienced players are that little bit too experienced.
Hear it.
And that's where I look at Liverpool at the moment and go, do you know what? I think Liverpool have got a better balance of age than we have at the moment.
Yeah, there's some. What is it? The average age is like 24.9 or something.
I think the average age of your team, you want it to be between like 25 and 28.
I think so. I think 25, 26 is always
Yeah,
a good age.
yeah.
That means you've got a good prime age, peak age, roughly.
Yeah,
it's good-
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
it's a good balance between your 20 and the 30s, isn't it? Whether
Yeah.
you're teenager or 32-year-olds or whatever, it's still. I think that's the case.
So-
There should be enough experience in the team to go
So, I
and do
mean,
that.
if we...
It's going to be a tough game for you.
Bro,
like the
it's a
Amex,
very
man.
tough game. Any
Right,
away
like,
game
give
is.
it.
Yep, 100%. And off the back of, they will have looked at the sporting performance and gone, yeah, you know what? If we get one or two...
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Let's switch this and be positive, because it's very easy to say the what ifs, and if we lose, if we lose
But,
and
okay.
Liverpool win. However,
if
we win, and Liverpool win, we're 2 points within Liverpool, right? Which for me, I'm cool with.
at the moment.
I'm cool with being 2 points within 2 points of Liverpool till May. I'm really cool with that. Being 2 points behind Liverpool as a City fan, we're good with
are
that.
you going to Anfield first?
Yeah, we've got Anfield first. See, that's
All right.
right. And that can be a good thing or that can be a bad thing. Now, if we draw with Brighton, right,
And they
then
win.
then we beat Tottenham at home, which I would expect us to do.
Aye, please.
Yeah.
please.
So then we go into the Liverpool game going, a draw's fine. If we're 2 points behind Liverpool going into January, I have no
Yeah,
issues
you know what? When you're deep
whatsoever.
here, the draw's not the worst thing in the world.
Draw at
Yeah.
Anfield as a City
worst.
fan is
No,
never, ever, bro.
drew there last year,
The only time we've won at Anfield was behind closed doors, and Liverpool won the league that season, right? So us going to Anfield and winning has never been a thing. It's not something
Yeah.
we do. So a draw at Anfield, I'm fine with. The issue is if we lose to Brighton and then we go to Liverpool and don't win at Liverpool, then all of a sudden they're still going to be around the 7, 8, and that's worrying for me.
That's all right, isn't it?
It's
all right. It's all right.
worrying, bro. It's worrying. It's worrying. So look, it's the time where I think Pep, I'm sure after that game, has done a lot of soul searching, spoke to the players, probably told them to get a bit of a break. I wouldn't be surprised if they got given maybe an extra day off training, maybe not because of the fact we're playing. No, maybe because we're playing Saturday evening.
Maybe.
Just to kind of relax, refocus. But now we need them to step up. We need them to step up, not only for this game, but, we need to start putting a run together because our run of games is not easy.
Yeah, man. Let us know in the comments as well what you think is going to happen with the Man City and the Brighton game. And also make sure you smash the likes as well continuously. Big up for everyone that has done so at the moment.
It will be interesting to see if De Bruyne starts. It will be.
Do you reckon there might be a little bit of an upset at Liverpool Anfield?
No.
Aston Villa, because I can't see it.
No, I can't.
I can't
Look,
see it. Don't get me wrong. I like Aston Villa squad. I think they're decent. I mean, are they a tad overrated? Maybe, yeah, but they've done really well. They're overperforming. But you
the
can't
win against
underline
Bayern, the win against Bayern is
but
really...
That was a fluke. That was a fluke.
I'm not going to say it's a fluke.
It's a fluke.
I'm not going to say it's a fluke because I don't think Bayern are that great, right? What I would say, and a fluke would mean, I think it's not. No, it's not a fluke. What it is, at the moment you've got new manager bounce, right? They've got new Champions League game bounce, right? They won their first.
What are you
new
saying?
game.
What are you saying? They had their
Bro,
Newcastle PSG moment.
Bro, remember
They did.
bro,
That
they
is-
beat more than that because they beat Bayern Munich. The one time Villa won a Champions League. Correct me if I'm wrong. They beat Bayern Munich in the final, didn't they?
You would know better more than me.
I'm pretty certain. In the comments, let me know if I'm right on that. But I know that in that period, they had I'm pretty certain it was. They beat
we
Bayern in the final, right? If not, they beat Bayern in the run into the final. So for them, it was like, yeah, we're back in the Champions League and we've got the team we beat at our home ground. So there was everyone was buzzing for it, up for it. And look, you and I have both agreed at the moment, in the Premier League, Villa Park is probably the most
it's-
bouncing ground.
yeah,
It's the most.
it's
So
wicked.
imagine that on a Champions League night.
Sounds good on TV for sure.
Bro, all the old school lot were out there, the lot that were back when they won the Champions League and whatever. So it was a big deal for them. But
I'm gonna. Put
by the way, I've just seen the fucking penalty. What Mings did.
Oh, was it bad?
Oh, do you not know what he did?
A handball or some sort?
Bro, yeah, you haven't seen it yet. We spoke about it before. You know when a keeper, Gabriel did it last year and got away with it. When a keeper
Don't get
plays the ball out
Yeah.
and the defender thinks he's passing it to him for him to take the goal kick.
Okay.
And he picks it up and puts it down
Oh my god, we saw that in
in
the
Bundesliga 2.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, yeah. You couldn't get one for that defender.
Bro, he's rusty, innit? He hasn't played football for a while. He's forgot the rules. But yeah,
I don't see how it's just the way for me. It's just the way Emery plays in it, and you know what it is in the last 2 games. Apparently, they've had only 2 shots on target.
Wow.
In 108
Wow.
minutes, and that makes me think against the Liverpool side, you might be able to stun them in the first half and get a goal.
yeah.
You might be able to. Last year, don't get me wrong, John Duran. You know, remember Anfield? If I'm correct, he done a madness there.
I'm pretty
but that was
certain
towards
this
the end of the
season, I think this season they haven't been great at Anfield in the
but
first half.
Emery
It's
likes
more
this,
the second half. what
Emery
they can
likes
do.
this thing where he likes to pack out the 4 in the midfield, as in like the wingers as well, with midfielders, and obviously in the 10, where it's what's his name, Morgan Rogers. Then you got Ramsey on the left, and then Begin on the right, or vice versa. And I'm just there's no pace, there's no outlets. If you go to Anfield, you got no outlets, then you're struggling already,
Yeah.
and you're not going to get much control. You might do. And then he resorts to this thing where you just
Against his Liverpool team
play
as well,
long ball.
getting control against his Liverpool team, and that's where I kind of am interested to see how we play against him. Because in the past, we could try and control the game because that wasn't what Liverpool were about. Liverpool were more about the transition. Under this slot team, he's more about control. So all of a sudden, you're trying to control a team that want to do the control thing as well.
But the way they set up with Emery and Slot, it's not too dissimilar, to be fair.
Yeah,
It is quite, but I just don't see it.
I at the moment, I kind of look at most Liverpool games and say the way they're going at the moment, I don't know where they're dropping points. Now, I'm not saying they won't, because I didn't think they were going to lose to Forest, right? And every season, I probably say this about whether it be Arsenal last season, Liverpool, I say I don't know where they're going to drop points. And I talk about City and going at the moment, our form. But then football is a humbler. And just like that, City go and beat Brighton, Villa fucking hold Liverpool to a draw. Us and Liverpool are equal on points again.
All of a sudden,
it really is. Football has become so reactionary now that it's like you don't care about anything else. It's about literally the last game week.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
So Liverpool, now the final one is Arsenal. That's for me.
Liverpool. Nah.
Liverpool are winning, bro. Liverpool are winning. Liverpool are winning. I'd love to come in and say, do you know what? With the losses that Villa have had recently, they lost to Tottenham, they lost
there'll be
midweek.
a bounce back of some sort.
Someone told me they haven't won in their last 5 games. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if... Yeah, because if you think, we've been trying to get... what's his name? On the show.
Josh.
And Josh keeps going out drinking. Yeah? Remember? We keep saying we need Josh to go in jail, and Josh isn't about.
All right, cool. So they lost again. All right, they just lost against Bruges. That's 1. Tottenham, they lost. That's 2. They lost in the cup against Palace. That's 3.
All right, so it's 4.
Didn't beat Bournemouth. Obviously,
that's
that's 4.
It's the last 4.
But even if we're going off that, obviously they beat Bologna.
So it's the last 4. So they haven't won in their last 4 games. You know, we're looking at City and going, City haven't won in their last 3. We're looking at Arsenal, and I think Arsenal's something similar to that. Villa are the same.
Yeah.
But I mean, and again, you're looking at Arsenal going, will they bounce back at the Bridge? Villa, will they bounce back at Anfield? And City, will you bounce back at Brighton? All of them, a bounce back away from home it's not the best place to bounce back.
No, it's not. It really isn't. It's
Bro,
probably the
you're
worst.
doing the walk of shame.
I'm pretty sure they'll come out firing in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and everyone will be like, oh, I don't know. And they might even get a goal, but I just don't believe in it. Even if it was the case.
Bro, it would make my weekend.
Yeah, just celebrating the moment. But it is Anfield under the lights at 8 p.m. Crazy, isn't it, on a Saturday night?
Yeah, and you got City at 5:30.
So it's a good evening, really. Good evening, hopefully. So, yeah, mate.
Yeah, because you want 2 losses. That's what you want.
I would love it. It helps me either way because look, the thing is, Liverpool, I want them to lose, but realistically, they're not. Aston Villa dropping points. I'm trying to chase up the top four. I'm going to be realistic if I can potentially. It's just hoping at this point. But
Oh, hold on. So you're not just doing the this is good for our numbers. You actually are now thinking about how this impacts Man United.
yeah. Oh mate, we've already suffered. We've suffered. You absolute goonies, yeah.
What are you in? Are you in a title race? Are you in a top?
I just. If you know, you know.
I thought you were talking about YouTube numbers.
If you know, you know.
actually,
I was actually
think
talking about that as well. Yeah,
I wasn't sure if you actually think this might impact you. Fucking hell! Oh damn!
No, obviously it's good. If all teams lose, no one's coming on. Pretty much. If
Well, I'll be there. I'll be there.
No,
I'm
I
not out
mean
this
the
weekend, so-
fans. Not obviously. Shout out to the real ones.
Oh
but
yeah. The way YouTube works, yeah, 100%.
let us know in the comments anyway what you think of the Liverpool game. Is there a potential upset? And
Arsenal will be there no matter what. 'Cause
make
they don't
sure
play
you
till
keep
Sunday.
smashing the likes as well, people. Don't forget.
Yeah,
And,
run up the likes.
But the main game is obviously Man United. No, I'm joking. Chelsea, Arsenal. Potentially no Cole Palmer. They are saying it might be just a bit of a stamp.
What
Bit of
about
a-
Rice as well?
No idea. Again, say it's both questions. I know them.
Will
50-50.
Odegaard start? I think Odegaard and De Bruyne are very similar, aren't they? Both got, I think, like
I don't-
5 minutes.
Something like that.
I think
don't
with
know.
Odegaard and De Bruyne, with both of them, they've both been out for a minute. I
Yeah.
think De Bruyne a little bit longer, but not that much. They've both been out for a minute, right?
Yeah.
They've both been on the bench. They both only got about 5 minutes in midweek, yeah? I don't think either of them should be starting.
Did he come on against?
Apparently, someone told me he did.
didn't notice.
Whether he did or he didn't, if he didn't come on and De Bruyne came on for 5 minutes or they both
shouldn't be
came
starting,
on,
though.
neither of them should be starting.
But he's one of them players that you play and he's naturally just fit already.
And
Do you know what I mean? You could just put him in. And
yeah,
he might
I hear you. But
get a good
the
50,
thing is
60
for me,
minutes.
right, is I know on TNT last night before the
Yeah.
game, they were trying to go with the narrative that, this is really good for the squad. This is a boost for the squad. The squad just having him in training will be up for it. And
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
agree
of
with
course.
that. But the one thing I would say is, and I always go back to when we played Liverpool, probably about 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
No, maybe even, it was probably about 4 years ago. We played them in January and De Bruyne was coming back from an injury. And they were, is he going to be fit? Isn't he going to be fit? Will he start? Won't he start? And Pep didn't start him. We won that game, right? Now, for me, if City or Arsenal rush back De Bruyne or Odegaard, away from the fact that you are risking them getting another injury, I think it tells your squad that we're reliant on him. And I
Yeah.
think it tells the oppositions we're reliant on De Bruyne, right? And I think what that can do for your mentality isn't great. You want to be able to say, no, we don't need De Bruyne. We don't need Odegaard. We can go out
And go win. A
win the
bit like
game without
Liverpool.
them.
If Salah, remember last year, Salah wasn't there. He was injured.
Yeah,
He come
but
back
we've
from
done
AFCON
it so
and he
many
was-
times,
do
and
you know
that's
what I mean?
where I want us to be, where you're not going, without Rodri, we're not going to win this league.
You know, he looked decent yesterday, technically on Wednesday night. Obviously, I thought it was Saka was probably more
As usual.
as usual. I think that's the key battle was him and Cucurella. This is if there's going to be a good time. If there is no Cole Palmer, we haven't seen a Chelsea face adversity with no Palmer in the team yet, and we've seen obviously Arsenal go to the bridge and have a great time recently. And the thing is, if they do have an Odegaard, let's say they do have a Declan Rice, which I'm pretty sure he's going to be
I
there.
think Rice will be there.
I
Nick.
think he will
I
be
think
there
Rice will be
personally. There was just no point playing him for Inter Milan away. It's just we haven't seen obviously
But
Chelsea come up
sometimes-
against a decent top 6 side at this season and obviously go and win, whether it's against you lot, against
You
us,
lot,
against
against
Liverpool.
Yeah,
You know, we don't know who's
No,
going to be the one that's
no.
going to be in the team.
And-
It
and-
might not look as good as what people think.
Also, Cole Palmer against you, against us, and against Liverpool hasn't looked great this season anyway.
Yeah,
But I think with
but neither is the rest of the attack for them lot. For the other
no,
team.
I
It's difficult to call,
I
man.
think with the Rice thing,
Yeah.
sometimes when you look at, I remember we played PSG a few years ago, and we had Liverpool at the weekend at Anfield, right? And we made 1 or 2 changes in the PSG game in the Champions League because, as a manager, you look at the game, and that was when PSG had Messi, Neymar. And Mbappe, right, at PSG, and I think we'd already,
Yeah.
I think, won our first 2 games. They won 1-0, I think it was.
Okay.
It was 1-0 or 2-1, but we'd already won our first couple of games in the Champions League. We looked at the rest of our group games and said, yeah, we don't need to win this game. We've got Liverpool at the weekend. So you make some changes. And I think with Rice, they probably looked at this and thought, you know what, Inter Milan away, potentially one of potentially Arsenal's hardest European game.
Still played the
right?
rest of them though.
Yeah, maybe, but you don't risk. You don't. If Rice does have a bit of a, Mohamed's feeling a bit, you just go, do you know what? Sit this one out because this game is not that important. Now, and the truth is, if you were to look at the Champions League table, it isn't that important, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the league table, Arsenal not losing this game at the weekend is fucking important. Because if Arsenal lose this game and Liverpool win their game, Liverpool go 10 points above Arsenal, right? 10 points, game week 11, I think it is. Yeah, game week 11, right? And that's taking City out of this. Forget what City do. Liverpool are 10 points ahead of Arsenal by game week 11, yeah? That's not good for your confidence.
Yeah,
that's not good for your title hopes. So if I was Arteta, I'd be going, yeah, Rice. If you are, or Rice and everyone else, if any of you are feeling any slight twitches, you ain't playing against Inter Milan because we can lose this game and we're still in the Champions League, right? They lose against Chelsea. I'm not saying they're out of the title race, but fuck me, that is
I do wonder, with Edu, all of a sudden, I didn't know.
I didn't know he'd left. I didn't know he'd left straight away. That was weird. I didn't know he'd left straight away.
I said this in it. I do wonder what the feeling is around Arsenal right now. It just as a club as a whole. It's come out of nowhere.
Something happened.
I said
100%.
something has happened, and Arteta might have gone ballistic over the transfers that's happened, and he's not appreciated it, or maybe the roles just come and it was just too good to turn down. Type thing. It's just a new challenge in someone's life. It could be multiple different things.
Well,
There's no point trying to make a rumor. But I said if I'm going to make a rumor, it's just kind of like a Klopp.
It's not
Michael
rumor.
Edwards.
Well, it's not right. If you look at
this one.
if you look
Klopp,
at
Michael Edwards,
but worse. If you look at Tiki, right?
Yeah.
He's leaving City, right? But it's been announced. But he's still there. He's still very active in the January, making deals for January, and he's staying on to see the summer through, right?
Yeah.
Then he's going, right? So next summer is his last summer, then he goes, right? That's planned. Nothing's happened. It's just my man wants to go and live his life, right?
Fair enough.
There's the way that the Klopp and the Edwards thing happened, and Klopp announced he was leaving, right? But he didn't leave straight away,
Nah.
right? And Edwards was coming in, and I believe Edwards was about, right? He wasn't officially in his role, but he was about, yeah? This one... Just like that, they've parted fucking ways instantly. It's a bit like, and this is where, right, it's very clear now in hindsight, and it's not relevant to Liverpool fans, this isn't a cuss at all, but if you look at when Edwards first left Liverpool, Klopp definitely stepped up and, he started getting more involved in the signings and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then when Liverpool made the decision, we're bringing Edwards back, Klopp's decided, I'm going to go, right? You now look at the role that Klopp is in. It's told me Klopp does not want to just be a coach because now he's not just a coach, right? So very clearly, the decision to leave Liverpool was 100% based on, you know what, we want you to go back to being a coach. And him going, I don't just want to be a coach.
Yeah.
It's obvious because now his job is, everyone said he needed a break. He's had a couple of months and now he's in a role where he's not a coach. He's a lot more than a coach. So that's the reason here. With Edu, the only thing you could say is he doesn't just want to operate in the Premier League because this role allows him
to oversee, innit?
And to operate abroad.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is. Edu said, do you know what? Well, don't we want to move out of England?
Yeah.
So maybe with Edu, it's just a case of he wants to...
You see, maybe that is a thing.
But what I was going to say is, right, is if Arteta is getting a touch of the Klopp and he wants to get more involved in the transfers and all of that, Arsenal fans, the grass is not always greener. We saw it at Liverpool. When Klopp started getting more involved, Liverpool dropped off.
I expect them to get a new director of football, though. I expect it.
No, I believe I've seen it's his understudy. I'm sure I've heard that today, that his understudy's just stepping up. I could be wrong, but I thought I'd seen that.
If that's the case, then I'm not too sure.
Completely certain it happened.
I don't know. That kind of... I don't know what to make out of that. But even then, with the game
understudy
itself...
steps up, Arteta's going to have a shout over
How do you
him.
see the game going, though? Chelsea.
Right. What I want to see from Chelsea is that without Cole Palmer, Chelsea can still cook. Have they cooked anyone this season without Cole Palmer? Right, without it being in the conference, because they've definitely cooked some teams in the conference.
I don't know. He's played pretty much all the games, isn't it? Start of the season, maybe.
And that's what I'm right. So if Cole Palmer starts, then do you know what? maybe this is the time that Cole Palmer comes alive against a Big Six team, right? This season,
He's
yeah,
been there pretty much all the games.
right. If Cole Palmer doesn't start, what are we expecting from Chelsea?
He's either going to put João Felix. I think João Felix goes in there, or he tries Enzo again, and let's let it be like a Lavia Caicedo Enzo.
Right.
I don't see it, but I don't see how if it's not Felix, because
Enzo.
Nkunku's been used as a 9. I don't see him as used as a 10. If someone's going to be a bit more playmaker, I'd say Felix. But I've got a feeling it would be Enzo.
And this is the thing with Chelsea that, look, if we talk on Felix as a second, I'm a big fan of Felix, right? Always have been, for now, always will be. But if you're saying to me, Felix is going to be, the game changer for Chelsea, I haven't seen that yet, right?
Yeah, we ain't seen that.
We ain't seen that yet. I'm not saying he can't, and I am a fan of Felix. And then, I'm looking at the Chelsea team and I'm going, right, who's going to unpick this? However much everyone slates Arsenal's defence, and I get the numbers are maybe making it not look as good as, but Arsenal's defence is good. Yeah. Who, without Cole Palmer, who is going to unlock this Arsenal defence?
I'd more look. I think he could be the Enzo in a bit more of a forward role. You don't need Lavia and Caicedo.
Don will love that if Enzo steps up against Arsenal.
I think so.
Bro,
I'm not his biggest praiser. Don't get me wrong, but if there's a duo that's fire right now with Caicedo and Lavia,
yeah, you're not touching
Caicedo more box to box. Lavia doing that.
I think Caicedo's having a very
let
fucking
Enzo
good
do
season.
that, and if not, they've got the players in abundance to go and change it.
I would love Caicedo at City right now. I'm not gonna lie, we could do with a Caicedo right now.
You might have. I wouldn't be surprised if you're looking at a Baleba, maybe.
But I think another interesting battle tomorrow is going to be set pieces, right? Because the one thing we've seen with Coldwell this season is he's liable to make a mistake or two.
Gets
he's
onto
been
them
good.
as well, though.
He's good, but that's the thing where Chelsea are going to have to be very, very disciplined against this Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think, again, if Odegaard doesn't start, we know Arsenal are going to be looking at the set pieces. And even last night, Arsenal was dangerous in the set pieces again. So I think Newcastle need to stay on job in all the set pieces, 100%.
Chelsea. They just lost to Newcastle.
Who, Arsenal?
Yeah, you said Newcastle.
Did I say Newcastle? Did I?
It don't matter.
I was meaning Arsenal. Arsenal looked... but anyway, yeah. So, I don't know. It's a hard one to call because I think without Odegaard and with the form that Arsenal are in, they're not going to... I spoke with Hooks this morning. I said... And he said exactly the same, we've won in the last 5 years at the Bridge or something. I said, do you feel as confident today as the last 5 years going to the Bridge? And he goes, no, I'm not going to lie, I don't. And that's the truth.
And that probably smells draw.
And Chelsea going to be, look, bro, it's a home game. And the same way that's with City, I say most away games should be a win. Most away games, you don't know. Home games should be a win.
Yeah.
With Chelsea, they'll be looking at this going, this should be a win. We should not be losing at the Bridge to Arsenal.
The mighty Chelsea. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments anyways. And then obviously keep smashing the likes as you lot have been doing as well. Little shameless plugs in there. But yeah, definitely get your thoughts in there. We'll be back with another episode probably next week. But other than that...
It could be... And people, make sure this weekend you are keeping an eye on Never a Foul, because there could be a lot of rivals' tears. There could be a lot of my tears, because it's a big fuck. This is the biggest weekend of the season so far.
Reckon?
Yeah.
Well...
For Arsenal and City, 100% it is. 100%.
Yeah, well, there we go. In a bit.